Hello, my dear students. How are you all doing today? I hope all of you are great. So, it's been a week since our previous class, isn't it so? Do you remember what we learned? You remember our outdoor session? What all did we learn about? We learned about the flowers, isn't it so? The smell of the flowers, the different colors of the flowers, right? And then what we learned? We learned about the plants, we learned about the creepers, the big trees, isn't it so? Right? And you all made a beautiful paper craft of a flower. It was very nice. Everyone did a very good job. Okay, so today we will be learning a new topic, but before that, there are some peculiar flowers, that is, some special flowers in this world. Like the biggest flower, the Rafflesia, Miss will show it to you after some time. Then we have the Neelakurunyi, that is a flower that blooms. That is, the plant will only give flower once in 12 years. That is, it will only bloom one time in 12 years. There is 12 years, it will only bloom one time. Then it blooms after 12 years. That's a very beautiful flower to see. Okay. And then we have Nishagandhi, which is a flower that blooms at night. You have seen most flowers blooming in the day, and by evening they go, like they dry up. But instead, Nishagandhi blooms in the night, and it's a white flower. It's very nice to see. I will show you the picture soon. Okay. Then what we'll be learning today is about leaves. You can identify a plant by looking at leaves. Do you know that? And then we are also going to learn about living and non-living things. What are living and non-living things, my dear students? What are living things and non-living things? Tell me the differences. Living things breathe, isn't it so? Non-living things do not breathe. Can non-living things move? No. Then what are these living things and non-living things? We, animals, plants, everyone are living things. While all your toys, the doll, okay, the computer, the phone, the plate, all are non-living things. So we will also learn the difference between them. Alright, dear students. So let us begin the class. Right? All of you have read the first two, 3 pages of what Miss sent you, right? So we are again going to take those pages, read, and ma'am will explain it to you more. Alright, ready? Say it louder. I'm not able to hear you. Are you ready? Yes. Okay, so we are beginning our class. So my dear students, this is the bamboo lore. Bamboo is the largest plant in the grass family. It is a fast growing plant. Have you seen this plant? It blossoms only once in its lifespan and gets destroyed completely after this. This bamboo lore only gives flowers once in its lifetime. It only blooms once. Okay? And each bamboo plant deposits thousands of seeds before it perishes. That is, before it dies, there is thousands of seeds given out. The seeds of bamboo are known as bamboo grains. In Malayalam we call it molayari. And these grains are having medicinal values and are also used as foods. You all have eaten molayari, right? So that was the peculiarity of bamboo lore. Now we are going to check about the 3 flowers Miss told you in the beginning. The Nishagandhi, which is also known as the Queen of Night. because we see them bloom at night. So this is Nishagandhi, flowers that blossom at night, which are white and fragrant. This helps flies locate them at night. Nishagandhi is also known as Queen of the Night. Isn't this flower so beautiful, dear students? This beautiful sight, the beautiful flowers, is known as Neela Kurungi. Doesn't it look so beautiful, right? But this flower blooms only one time in 12 years. Isn't that amazing? This is the largest flower in the world, the Rafflesia, and it can weigh up to 10 kilos, and also it has a diameter of 106 centimeter. But it only blooms for 5 to 7 days. Now let's move on to a different topic. Leaves, different types. The smell of each flower can be identified. What about leaves then? Have you ever smelled the leaves of any plants? They smell different, right? Which are those leaves who smell you know? If you don't know anything, go to the garden after this class and try smelling the leaves of each plant. The curry leaf. You all are familiar with the curry leaves. It has a different smell, isn't it so? The mango tree leaf. Have you tried smelling it? It has a very fruity smell like a mango. Okay. So isn't the smell of the leaves of each plant different? Yes, they are. If you have not checked it yet, you can go to your garden and check it. Alright? The next topic is leaf figures. Leaf is a very important part of a plant. Have you seen all the plants and trees are covered with leaves, isn't it so? Suppose all of you pluck a leaf each from a plant. How many leaves will the plant lose? It will lose its beauty if there are no leaves, isn't it so? So Miss is going to give you activity, the fallen leaves. You have to pick it up from the ground and dry them and put it on a paper and send it to me. Miss will tell you the details in the group. Now collect leaves of 4 or 5 different types of plants. Is the shape of all the leaves you collected the same? Compare the mango leaf with the jack leaf. Jack is the jackfruit leaf. The mango leaf is long, while the jackfruit's leaf is a bit wide and small. Isn't it so? Now note the important point. Plants can be identified by the shape of their leaves. The shape of leaves of different plants is different. Plants can also be identified by the smell of their leaves. That is, plant can be identified by the shape of their leaves and also by the smell of their leaves. By looking at the shape, you can tell which plant it is. By smelling the leaf, you can recognize the plant. Isn't it so, my dear children? Is it clear to you? So let us look at the pictures of some leaves. Alright? So children, look at these leaves. Aren't all they different? They are of different shape, isn't it so? So let's look at another. This is the leaf from a mango tree. It is long, isn't it so? This leaf is familiar to all of you. It is the curry leaves. Have you smelled the curry leaves? Now we have the apple tree leaf. So this is the leaf of the apples. This is wide and small, right? Now we have the medicinal plant neem. Look at the leaf. It has small pointings at its end, right? So my dear students, you saw the examples Miss showed you? Isn't it so? Does it all have the same shape? No, it smells different also. Now we have a very basic classification of EVS, the living things and the non-living things. Isn't it so? So living things. Can you see some pictures over here, my dear students? What are the objects seen? Now we will classify them in the table. Take your notebook, make 2 columns, living things and non-living things. Okay? And write down which all of these are the living things and non-living things. You can pause the video, look at the pictures and note it down. Is it alright, my dear students? So let's see. Okay? What all do we see here? The ant. It is a living thing. The table, a non-living thing. Kite, cat, plant, bucket, sapling, computer, stone, fish, milk and pumpkin. The kite is a non-living thing. The cat is a living thing. The plant, a living thing. The bucket, a non-living thing. The sapling, a living thing. The computer, a non-living thing. The stone, a non-living thing. The fish, a living thing. The milk, a non-living thing. The pumpkin, a living thing. Isn't it so, my dear children? But then, how did you understand that this is living and this is non-living? What is this ma'am saying? She only told the answers, but you also wrote the answers, right? And I hope it was correct. Living things can breathe, hear, move, reproduce, everything. Isn't it so? But non-living things cannot do. Can your doll eat? Or does it breathe? No, right? So then, what are the peculiarities of living and non-living things? Peculiarities mean specialities. That is what makes them different. Okay? Again, you can pause the video and try to write the answers. After that, ma'am will discuss the answers with you. Okay, dear children? So now as you see, they grow, the living things grow, new ones are formed, they move, they respond to touch, take food and water, they die. But the non-living things, they do not grow, they do not reproduce, that is, no new things are formed from them. They do not move, they do not respond, they do not take food, and they do not die. Isn't it so? What does it mean to respond to touch? When I touch you, what will happen? You move, right? When we touch a touch me not plant, what does it do? It closes its leaves. But if you touch your doll, will it move away? No, right? Is this clear to you, my dear children? So I hope you have written this also in the rough book. Alright. So my dear students, that was about today's topic. Did you enjoy learning? Did you understand the topic? It was a very simple topic, isn't it so? About the leaves and the living things and non-living things. Who are we, by the way? We are living things, isn't it so? What about that wall behind me? It is a non-living thing, right? So you have learned it. So let's see in the next class, and before that, clear all your doubts during the discussion. Till then, bye, take care and stay safe, my dear children.